سعد، كيف حالك؟
هلا دكتور أحمد، شرفتنا طال عمرك. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا، الله يحييك.
الله يسلمك، دارك يعزك.
السلام عليكم دكتور أحمد.
سلام كذا دكتور محمد.
Very good evening and thank you for your time. Really appreciate. Seba, السلام عليكم دكتور سعد، دكتور وفاء.
السلام.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Ladies and gentlemen, حياكم الله جميعا. Dear attendees, I would like to welcome you to this great event, the Accounting Alumni and Employers event of 2021. I am Sabah Al-Hameidan, President of the IMA Student Chapter Club at Prince Sultan University. With great honor, I present to you Mr. Khalid Al-Khamis to recite verses of the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون والذين هم للزكاة فاعلون والذين هم لفروجهم حافظون إلا على أزواجهم أو ما ملكت أيمانهم فإنهم غير ملومين. فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون والذين هم لأماناتهم وعهدهم راعون والذين هم على صلواتهم يحافظون أولئك هم الوارثون الذين يرثون الفردوس هم فيها خالدون.
Allahu al-Azim. Thank you very much, Mr. Khalid. Now we'll present to you our national anthem. I think there's a sound problem in the national anthem, so. All right, continuing on. Now we'll continue with some words of appreciation for the great efforts of our alumni coordinators. We'll begin with Ms. Arij As-Sikait, lecturer in the accounting department at PSU.
السلام عليكم جميعاً. أنا ريج سكيت، محاضرة في جامعة الأمير سلطان. أولاً أرحب بكم في هذا اليوم الجميل. ثانياً أود أن أشكر شركائنا بتدريب طلاب المحاسبة من هيئات وشركات ومؤسسات ساهمت بتدريب طلابنا وتوظيفهم ضمن كوادرها ومنحهم الفرصة لتطبيق ما تعلموا في الجامعة. أيضاً أشكر خريجينا طلاب والطالبات الذين يعتبرون سفراء الجامعة وممثليها بعد تعيينهم بالوظائف بالكيانات الشريكة لنا. أيضاً أود أن أشكر زملائي أعضاء هيئة التدريس بقيادة الدكتور نور النبي، دكتور وفاء، دكتور سعد، وأيضاً دكتور شيلة، وجميع أعضاء هيئة التدريس في قسم المحاسبة الذين هندسوا نجاح قسم المحاسبة وكانوا على الدوام حريصين على التطوير المستمر كي تتوائم مخرجات الجامعة مع متطلبات سوق العمل. نجاحنا لم يكن ليتم لولا هذا التكامل بين الأطراف والتغذية العكسية الدائمة والتواصل الفعال والمستمر. شكراً لكم جميعاً من القلب. شكراً. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Arij. Continuing on with Ms. Al-Jawhara Al-Sheikh, a lecturer in the accounting department at PSU.
Thank you so much صبا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بالجميع. معكم الجوهرة آل الشيخ، محاضر في قسم المحاسبة. كنت لعائلة المحاسبة منذ سنة، وبالواقع أنا خريجة من جامعة الأمير سلطان أيضاً. تعني الكلمات للتعبير عن مدى سعادتنا بتواجدكم اليوم وبالإنجازات الرائعة التي حققتموها. أذكركم جميعاً بوصف سمو سيدي ولي العهد: همة السعوديين مثل جبل طويق، وبجهودكم بعد توفيق الله سوف نرى المملكة العربية السعودية في مقدمة الدول المتقدمة والمتطورة بإذن الله. لا أخفيكم عن رغبتنا الأساسية باستضافتكم لهذا الملتقى في الحرم الجامعي والتشرف بملاقاتكم جميعاً بدلاً من استخدام المنصات، ولكن نظراً للظروف الحالية وهذه الجائحة التي نسأل الله تعالى زوالها عاجلاً غير آجل حرمتنا من ذلك، ولكن نتطلع لملاقاتكم دائماً في ظروف أفضل بإذن الله. الشكر موصول لجميع من ساهم في تحقيق التواصل هذا، ولدكتور سعد الموسى ودكتور وفاء نصر الله ودكتور نور النبي ودكتور شيرة and other faculty members in the accounting family. Thank you so much Siba, and thank you everyone.
يعطيك العافية، شكرا جزيلا. And now concluding with Mr. Faisal, a senior lecturer in the accounting department at Prince Sultan University. Mr. Faisal, are you with us?
Yeah. Hello. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
I'm OVA Faisal, teaching here from the 2004. It is actually a very happy occasion for us to meet our students, and it is a happy homecoming for you too, and for you as well as for all the faculty members here. And I would very much like to welcome you, and also use this opportunity to tell you about your congratulate you for your achievements, as well as tell you about something, remind you about your responsibilities. Actually, you have succeeded in the market, and you have given a good name to us. Okay, created a good name for the university, and you are the role model for our students. And of course, you created a good market for our students who are aspiring for good job, and we need you to continuously contact us and guide our students. Okay, you are younger brothers and sisters, and you can also provide expertise to our young alumni who are going to join your organization. And I wish you can fulfill your responsibilities, and wish you success in your career. Thank you. Thank you, Siba.
Thank you very much, Mr. Faisal, for your great words. In commemoration of Mr. Munir Abedin, the late great senior lecturer at PSU, I am honored to introduce his son, Mr. Muhammad Munir, to share with us part of his father's great legacy.
Hello?
Yeah, Mohammed, we can hear you, Mohammed. You can open your cam, Mohammed.
Yes, I can hear you fine. Thank you. So, I mean, thank you for inviting me and the family. We really appreciate it. I mean, words really cannot express our gratitude. I apologize. Are you still with me? Sorry, I'm having internet connections.
Yes, we're with you.
All right. So I was saying that, you know, thank you for inviting us to attend this. It's a great honor for us. Words cannot express our gratitude for this honor. Everything PSU and his colleagues have done for him truly means the world to his family. He dedicated his life to teaching, and he loved working at the university. And it's quite apparent why, as I look around and when I visited PSU, and I can see why he really enjoyed working there. His colleagues are great, and you know, he truly loved to the last minute that he worked over there. So thank you very much for everything. He was truly dedicated to teaching, and he really enjoyed what he was doing. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Muhammad. May Allah bless your father.
Thank you. Thank you. And special thanks to Dr. Saad Al Musa, honestly, and you know, all his colleagues and everyone. I apologize. Go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Muhammad, for your great words.
And
Thank
Dr. Saad Al Rueta as well. Sorry. Honestly, there's a lot of people we want to thank, so I don't want to do injustice to anyone by not mentioning their names. So honestly, all his colleagues are great with them. Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it. Thank you. We want to follow up this great speech by Mr. Muhammad Munir with Mr. Abdullah Sharara, the former president of the Accounting Club and a now senior associate at EY, to speak to us more about Mr. Munir Abedin. Mr. Abdullah.
Abdullah Sharara, can you hear us? Yes, Abdullah, you are muted.
Hello, everybody. Yes, can you hear me right now?
Yes.
Bismillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashraf al-anbiya wal mursaleen. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh jami'an. Greetings to all of you, faculty member, alumni, brothers and sisters, and to the organizers of this event, especially during these times. We hope that everyone is staying safe and sound, and together, inshallah, we'll pass through this dark cloud. Allow me, I, Abdullah Sharara, to speak on behalf of the alumni and take a couple of moments in remembrance of Mr. Munir Abedin. A couple of weeks ago, Mr. Munir Abedin has lost his battle with disease, and he's no longer with us. And we pray to Allah. We pray to Allah to accept him and to grant him mercy, as he is the most merciful. We extend our condolences to his family, to the bereaved family and his son. We pray Allah to grant him mercy and to grant him and reward him paradise. I was amongst many other who was fortunate enough to be one of his students. And during his long journey at PSU, many of great professionals has graduated from his class. And whenever his name comes in a conversation, loads of good memories comes to mind. His class was truly one of a kind, and we enjoyed every bit of it. And we live his standards and the teachings and the fundamentals through our daily practice. We are certain that Allah, with His mercy, will count this in Mizan Hasanat, inshallah. And thank you all for the time. And please enjoy your evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdullah, for your great words. Allah yarhamu Allah. Just concluding words with Professor Muhammad Nur al-Nabi and Dr. Sheila. They would like to share us some words about Mr. Munir Abidin.
Thank you, Seba. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to say some words about our family member. We call accounting is a family, and it's a great loss for our family. He was an wonderful person I ever met in my life. He was very well respected to everyone, and I lost my speech, because I still remember he was in the meeting first person, with the sunglass. This is very emotional for all of us, like all the alumni who are part of his class. The dean is here, the Dr. Sheila is still we can't believe that. But may Allah grant him Jannah, our condolence to his family, his friends. Thank you. Dr. Sheila.
Thank you, Dr. Nur al-Nabi. On behalf of the female faculty, I would like to extend my deepest condolence to the late Mr. Munir Abidin's family. It's a bit more emotional for me because Mr. Munir Abidin stays in the same apartment, in the same block where I'm living. He's just one floor below my unit. So every time I go down the staircase, I pass his house, and it really gets me very emotional to see that unit. And we will definitely miss Mr. Munir Abidin. As rightly said by Dr. Nur al-Nabi, we will always remember his sunglasses in our meetings and his exceptional sense of humor. We are very saddened. Honestly, we are very saddened by his demise. His soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sheila. May Allah, the Almighty, grant him mercy and forgiveness. سائلين الله له المغفرة والرحمة.
And Seba just announced he was been given from our accounting family. We wanted to recognize his achievement, but during the pandemic we were not able to visit him, all of us, because we thought he's not well, and during the COVID it's difficult to see as a group. So he's not with us, still he's in our heart, all of accounting family members. It's just a small token to him, now to his family, as a accounting PSC accounting lifetime achievement to Mr. Munir Abidin, and this is the first this kind of award from our family. So we're really proud of him. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now continuing with the opening remarks by the Honorable Dr. Saad Al-Musa, Dean of College of Business Administration at Princeton University. حياك الله Dr. Saad.
Thank you, Siba. So before I start my speech, I have to say something about Mr. Munir Abidin. I'd like just to mention one thing, which is a hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him, which says, إن الله يحب إذا عمل أحدكم عملا أن يتقنه, which can be translated as Allah Almighty likes when someone do a task or a job to try to perfect it. I think Mr. Munir Abidin fits this criteria very thoroughly. I recall when accounting was used to be a part of finance, there were only single department, finance and accounting, and then they were split in 2012, and I was taking the responsibility as the chair and acting chair at that time. I recall every meeting, Munir Abidin was the first to arrive. Normally, I arrived to school a bit early, And by 7:30, Munir Abdin would be there, coming to his office very early in the morning. During final exams, he always comes at least 30 minutes before the start of the exam. This is just to mention some examples. So I'm sure, inshallah, Allah will reward him for that dedication, that fulfilling his tasks, being honest, being very dedicated and grateful to the society, to the country, to the university, which liked him and honored him. I recall that many students called, many colleagues called when we tried to announce the death of his passing, and they asked about the arrangements for the prayer for the funeral because they liked him, and you have seen and heard some of the remarks to that point. That's what I had to say, and I'd like now to do in my part very quickly. I'd like to thank Dr. Professor Muhammad Noor al-Nabi for arranging this Accounting Alumni and Employers event for 2021. And I'd like to greet and welcome Dr. Ahmed Al-Ghamis, the CEO of Saudi Organization for Certified Public Accountants. We are very grateful to SOCBA and to him personally for his and their continuous support, assistance, and help in fulfilling the goals and mission of the program in line with the goals and mission of SOCBA, which is the leading organizational entity to lead in the accounting profession in Saudi Arabia. To that point also, I'd like to refer to the Prince Sultan University. We refer to Prince Sultan University with its logo as the University of Excellence, or excellence in education. I think the accounting program, the accounting department under the leadership of Dr. Muhammad Noor al-Nabi, Dr. Sheila, and with the support of great leaders like Professor Saad al-Ruwait, Dr. Wafa Nasrallah, Dr. Abdullah al-Husseini, and a lot of leaders. I mentioned these names because they are in the accounting field. We can say that the accounting program or the accounting department is a model of excellence in the College of Business Administration in the university that has its logo as excellence in higher education. I'd like to welcome and greet all alumni, all employers. We are privileged under the leadership of Dr. Saad al-Ruwait, who is taking responsibility for the internship in accounting, to have the opportunity to get our students trained in one of the big four: EY, KPMG, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and Deloitte. So most of our students, men and women, they were trained at these big four, and they had the opportunity to fulfill their dream in getting the right place to get trained and to help in fulfilling our society mission, which why I would read a part of a statement that Dr. Ahmed Al-Yamani said, which has described the role and goal of Prince Sultan University. Prince Sultan University is a leading non-profit private university in the Middle East. According to QS ranking for 2018, PSU is ranked as the top non-profit private university in the kingdom and one of the top 10 private universities in the Arab region. By capitalizing on our diverse and vibrant community of leaders, students, faculty, and staff, we will work collaboratively and creatively to realize the ambitions of the NTB 2020 and Saudi Vision 2030, and to increase our presence on the world stage. So to give some witness to these goals, you could see that now we are partnering with SOCBA, and we have their CEO present with us. We are honored to have him. We have linkages and discussion with GAZT. We have discussions and linkages with big four companies like EY in order to help in helping our society achieve the dreams under the great leadership of His Majesty, the custodian of the two holy mosques, and his Crown Prince, Prince Mohammed ibn Salman, to fulfill the ambitious goals of the Saudi Arabia KSA 2030 vision. So the Department of Accounting is the only department in our university which has a strategic plan. They had devised and developed a strategic plan which is outlined under the acronym STRONG. So they are soft in a way, like Dr. Professor Muhammad Noor al-Nabi referred to his team as the family members, but at the same time, they are strong in their achievements, in their ambitions, in their goals. Since Dr. Muhammad joined probably 6 or 7 years ago, we were privileged to have recognition by various professional bodies worldwide, like in various parts of the world which recognize our program and give opportunities to our youngsters, men and women, to achieve their dreams in line with the government goals to nationalize the profession and to help in creating the right human capital to achieve our goals. So at the end, I'd like to thank Professor Muhammad Noor Nabi, Dr. Sheila. I'd like to also thank the organizers, Ms. Johara Al-Sheikh, Ms. Arij Skate, Mr. O.V. Faisal, and all family members of the accounting group. I'd like to welcome again the employers. We are privileged and honored to have them, and the alumni. I see that there are around almost more than 80 persons attending. This is a great achievement for us in this time to have our people to talk to them. I recognize many of them. So thank you again, Professor Muhammad, and go ahead with your good task to grow tomorrow's thought leaders. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saad Al Musa. Thank you for your great insights. Thank you. Continuing on with the Honorable Dr. Rufan Nasrallah, the Vice Dean of College of Business Administration at Prince Sultan University.
Good evening, everybody. Before I start with welcoming all of you to this wonderful occasion, I really need a minute to express how wonderful Mr. Abdeen was. I didn't work with him closely. I met him very briefly in 2010, but out of all the faculty members from the male side, he's the one who shined the most. I heard great things about him, even from our side of the college. So that is the true testimony that he was one of a kind. His legacy will stay on, and I think it's very apparent that he was a league of his own. My condolences go to all his family members, and he will always be in our prayers. For all of you, thank you so much for attending this wonderful occasion. It's so happy to see our employers, our alumni. Accounting is a very special, I think, program, not only for the CBA, but for PSU. We always strive for excellence more than numbers. Yeah, the numbers are growing and we see people heading, like I can see in front of me right now, the number is reflective of the quality, not necessarily quantity. I would like to thank Your Excellency, Dr. Ahmed Al-Ghamis, for joining us and being a partner to help us really achieve what needs to be done to grow in this market. I'm very proud to be part of the accounting family. I'm not just the Vice Dean, but I am a member of the accounting group, which makes me, I think, a little bit biased, but I know that all this praise, you guys have deserved it. I would like to thank Professor Noor Nabi and Dr. Sheila. Without good leaders, this wouldn't have been possible. Thank you for the ambassadors, Ms. Arij, Ms. Johara, O.V. Faisal, obviously all the team members. This is a wonderful, wonderful family to be part of, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Ya'tik al-afia, Dr. Rafa. Thank you very much. Now it's time for the Department of Accounting overview and accomplishments to be presented by Professor Muhammad Noor Nabi.
Thank you, Seba, for you're doing great job, Seba. It's because it's the first experience for us in terms of the webinar event. Can you hear me, Seba? Yeah.
Sorry, sorry, Professor. I think it's not too clear.
Can you hear me clearly? Yes. Yeah.
Your voice is breaking, Professor.
Okay. Okay. Just 1 second. Okay, I hope you can hear me clearly now. I would
Yeah, it's very good.
I'll give a very quick overview what we are doing, and I'm very happy to see like our alumni. When I came here, as Dr. Saad said, 6-7 years back, some of my students I didn't met 7 years, and I see their name. You know, I wish we could have a face-to-face session, but due to the pandemic, as you all know, we cannot conduct the face-to-face event. But great to see you all. And before I start, I want to say thank you and thank you to all of you. And in terms of our accounting language, I always say our alumni, our intangible asset. And we, as a family member, we are the liability. So we are here to listen to you, your feedback, your comments, very helpful for us. And every year, whenever during the accreditation time, we seek your feedback, you are there. So we really would like to listen to you more, the stronger connection. It's not only annual event, but we really would like to make a very strong connection between the alumni and the accounting department. And you always remember, you finish the degree program, but if you are part of the family, and family members cannot be former, always there. So we really want you to be back in some form, and Dr. Samar will explain there are some opportunities for the experiential learning. Anyway, very quick overview about the department. Those who are here 7 years back or 2002, our first enrollment, 2005, it's a long journey. We have a YouTube video. I won't show the video here. We'll send you the link, all of you, those who have attended. And our motto is, we grow tomorrow's thought leaders. And you all are the leaders here, outside. So you all know that about our university. We started our accounting program in 2000, but our first graduate in 2004 and 2005. And PSU is one of the first national university, private university in Saudi Arabia, to be fully accredited by local ETEC or NCAA accreditation in 2010 and renewed in 2017. So this is our governance. You all know Dr. Saad. Dr. Saad here long time. Dr. Afa is our new our vice dean. We have our college council. We have other department, as you all know, management, marketing, finance, MBA, and the management has aviation management program. So this is our website. During your time and now, you can see many information in the website, because recently our university has updated the website. As Dr. Saad and Dr. Afa said, thank you for all of your great support. Our president, then vice president, Dr. Saad Al-Ruita, Dr. Fida, great support from them to grow where we are now. So we have the national accreditation NCAA in 2013-14, and then we have the 6 international accreditations from ICW, IMA, the SIFA, the Public Finance Accounting, SECA, Association of International Accountants, and the SEMA. And we are very proud to say we are the first university in the Middle East to be accredited by 6 major all professional accounting bodies. We have the Memorandum of Understanding with the AICPA during this pandemic, and this is the first this kind of relationship or the agreement in the world between the AICPA or any university. IMA, ICW Partner in Learning, SOCPA, Kaplan, Oily for the CMA materials, and the SEMA. And we also have a course provision from the Chartered Institute of Taxation for advanced international taxation qualification. So this is our family members. Our faculty, we have a diverse faculty from various parts of the world. From Saudi Arabia, most of our faculty is from Saudi, 30%. We have faculty from Egypt, Australia, Tunisia, United Kingdom, India, Spain, Nigeria, Malaysia, and Jordan. And the faculty is qualifications mostly from the United Kingdom. but some faculties from the University of Colorado Boulder, Manchester, Monash, Plymouth, East Anglia, Essex, Aberdeen, Edinburgh, Kent, Heriot, Glasgow, Kingston University, Mother Teresa Women's University in India. So most of our faculty are qualified from the United Kingdom. As you see, the 12 faculty are qualified from the United Kingdom, then Spain, Malaysia, India, United States, Australia. And I'm very grateful to the higher management or dean or vice dean as well to create or to support us to create this accounting advisory board, which is very strong. They are giving us the guidance of our curriculum management, how to be aligned with the market driven or how to develop the market driven curricula, the marketplace trends and needs, the societal needs and the Vision 2030, the policy and impactful research on Saudi Arabian global market. And if you see, we are very grateful and honored to have Dr. Ahmed Al Mogamez, our new accounting advisory member. We have Mr. Khalid Madar from PwC, Ms. Esra from EY, Mr. Farhan from KPMG, Ms. Rima, Professor Eva from Tennessee, Professor Han Donker from Central Washington University, Professor Rafe Lawson from the IMA, Mr. Michael Armstrong from ICW, Mr. Saleh Al Deiran from GAGT, Ms. Manar Al Shams from the EY, Nora Al Khalaf from GAGT, Mr. Yusuf, our alumni, Ms. Rima from the STC, Ms. Gabriela from the IFAC, Mr. Fahad Al Dusairi from the KPMG audit partner, and another new advisory member, Mr. Andrew Harding, is the CEO of AICPA. So very quickly, the enrollment of our accounting program, as I said, we started 2000 and our enrollment started in 2001-2002. So you can see from 2001 and 2002 we had only 7 students, and with great support, our faculty, our family members, a strong dedication and commitment, we reached to 248 now. And the importantly, 2013 and 14, the female side, we started the accounting program in the female side. So if you see here, when we started the female side, we had only 3. The last year the female took over male, but we are close by. You are not a competitor, you are a family member. But what I'm saying is a huge growth in the female members over the last 5 or 6 years. In terms of the graduates, you see, since we had low enrollment earlier, so we had low graduates, but over the last 3-4 years, because of the high enrollment, we can see the higher graduates, especially 17-18 we had 23, 18-19 32, 19-20 55, and till December 2021 is 21. Most of our alumni are working in the Big 4. As you can see, 59% of our alumni are working in the Big 4. Importantly, or specifically 37% of our alumni working in the UI. And in terms of our vision statement for our department, the Department of Accounting aspired to become a center of excellence and innovation in accounting education and research in the Middle East, and is inspired by the Sustainable Development Goals 2030, the Vision, Saudi Vision 2030. To achieve that vision, our mission, we have the quality education, professional careers and postgraduate studies, the stakeholders engagement, ethical standards, contemporary research and continuous improvement, and of course aligning with the international professional accounting bodies. And as you know, we have a strategic plan. We are the first department in the CBA to have a separate strategic plan, what we call the strong, successful student outcome, teaching and learning, research and impact, the operational efficiency, engagement, and the social responsibility, the global competencies, and internationalization. And we have 6 themes, 10 goals, 14 objectives, and each year we use the KPI where we are, and we take the action plan based on the achievement of the KPI. This is just an example, like this is the some of the KPIs and the strategic plan from 2018 to 2023 is a 5-year strategic plan. One thing I would like to highlight, as you all know, the recent year our employability rate is very high. However, due to the pandemic in the last year, the employment rate was 74%, and most of the big four, there was a freezing in the hiring process. So hopefully that rate will be higher this year. So in terms of the impact, our faculties are producing research on the sustainable development goals. Our faculties are collaborating globally from the UK, Germany, China. You see they are collaborating many researchers globally. In terms of global policy impact, as you know, we are very proud to see the G20 was hosted by Saudi Arabia last year. And so we also participated in G20, the Civil 20, the T20, and so on. The societal impact, it is very important, guided by the Vision 2030, the Sustainable Development Goals. We recently introduced Zakat and Tax Clinic, and we offer the business advice on Zakat, tax, VAT, tax seminar, industry expert session. The key objective is to help the small and medium business to gain knowledge on Zakat and tax. We have another clinic we call the Financial Literacy for Women in Business, and again to support the women-led small and medium business for many different sectors to contribute to the sustainability of economic growth in Saudi Arabia. And we are contributing to Sustainable Development Goals number 5, which is the gender equality. And of course, it is helping the Vision 2030 for contributing to thriving economy. The most important part, the accounting curricula content and assurance of learning. As you all know, our alumni, when you did, there was no track for accounting. And we are very proud to announce from this year, we have 2 accounting tracks, what we call the Zakat and tax. Another track is the accounting analytics and digital auditing. And we have 6 certifications are there. So the new curricula, the beauty of the new curricula, we engaged with the stakeholders, employers, you all, and globally we get the feedback from different organizations, different professional bodies as well. So in our new curricula, we have a course on IFRS, we have a course on IPSAS, and all of our students are mandatorily taking those certification courses part of their program. So these are the mandatory certifications we have. 3 of our cost accounting are CMA Part 1 and CMA Part 2. We have a course on IFRS, so the students are taking certificate in IFRS. We have a course on IPSAS, and all the students will get the certificate in IPSAS from the SIPFA. From the auditing course, the students are getting the mandatory certificate on international auditing. For the taxation, we are encouraging students to take the ADIT or Advanced International Taxation qualification. From the AICPA, the recent collaboration, we are getting 3 certificates: data analysis, data visualization, and fundamentals of forensic accounting. So these are the courses of Zakat and tax, accounting 453, 454, 455, value added tax, international taxation, and cases in Zakat and tax. Analytics and digital auditing, we have 3 courses: big data, and artificial intelligence, forensic accounting and cybersecurity, and digital auditing. We offer also the minoring. So the finance, those who are majoring in finance, they can do the minor in accounting or minor in accounting, zakat and tax. Those who are from marketing and aviation and management program, they can also do the minor in accounting. In terms of the activity, even if it's during the pandemic, we signed the agreement with the ICW to develop accounting profession in the kingdom. We also participated in L20 or G20 webinar. In terms of the thought leadership, we are very proud to say our accounting club and PSU IMA student chapter, I think they are not only the best in the PSU, but I feel they are the best in the Saudi Arabia. Unbelievable engagement, their dedication, and they are the future leaders in the accounting leaders in Saudi Arabia. Unbelievable. We are really proud of them. Our students, they are also participating in the IMAKS competition in the Middle East. They also went to the leadership conference in Charlotte. These are our employers so far, but mostly in the Big Four, our family members. And finally, I would like to announce we are going through the AACSB accreditations, and AACSB accounting accreditation, as you all know, only 12 schools outside the US are accredited. 178 schools are accounting accredited in the US. And inshallah, we are in the very last stage. Our peer review team will come in June, and we will be, inshallah, the first one in Saudi Arabia and the second one in the Middle East, because in the Middle East, United Arab Emirates University is accredited. But it will be a huge impact in Saudi and globally. Thank you so very much. I do apology for taking so long, but as I said, some of you, I didn't see you last 7-8 years. So lots of things to share, and when you start, you don't know where to start and where to finish. Thank you so much for listening to us and giving me the opportunity to share where we are now and where you were at that time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor, for the great overview, and thanks to the faculty for contributing their knowledge and efforts. Just all of that for the great success of the accounting department and PSU. All right. The alumni success stories have their share in our great events, and I would like to present Mr. Firas Kurdi, the founder of Mastermind and Associates, to share with us his rich experience.
Thank you, Siba. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good evening, everyone. I'm really happy to be here. It's been 15 years since I graduated, and the alumni office at PSU have always done great effort to keep track of our progress and what we have been doing. But it's my first time, Ted. I'm really proud to be speaking on behalf of my colleagues. I believe I should remember how it all started, my journey graduating from the accounting department at PSU. I still remember the very first day when I was one of the very first 7 or 9 students that ever enrolled in the accounting department back in 2001. I still remember when my classmate and friend, Faris Abdinam, I believe is here today. I remember when he came to me and said, we need to become 10 students to enroll in accounting. We are the very first class. So it's been a great journey, really. It was inspirational and motivational. It was very inspirational and motivational when the university granted motivational scholarships for higher GPAs, and it motivated me, and alhamdulillah, I graduated with a good GPA, with a very good GPA, and it helped me. And most of the milestones in my career culminated from there, from working from my top tier MBA program in the US to working with large, medium enterprise, and finally starting and founding Mastermind and Associates 6 years ago, management consultancy. Today, I'm a proud entrepreneur. I'm a proud PSU graduate and proud to join all of you here today as an employer after all. For that, I am and always will be grateful to the PSU experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Firas, and we wish you great luck and prosperity in the future, inshallah. Now we'll continue with Ms. Helen Mushali, an external auditor at PSU, and she will also give us a glimpse of her experience. Hi, Ms. Helen.
Hello, everyone. My name is Helen Mushali. I'm an external auditor in PwC. I have started my journey as an intern in core assurance in PwC, and then I transferred to Jeddah office also as an external auditor. So I want to send a message that starting your career as an external auditor is a great chance for success. I believe it is a great starting point because you will gain a lot of exposure, and you will gain understanding on business processes for different industries. Basically, for every engagement you are part of, you will gain all the business processes. Also, as an external auditor, you will gain the updated information about the IFRS and the best practices for preparation of the financial statements. I want to say 2 points to conclude this. First of all, I am very grateful for the great and exceptional learning experience I got from Prince Sultan University, and I know the value of this experience after communicating to different people and seeing the different backgrounds and different experiences that other people got, and then I really valued the experience that I had in Prince Sultan University. So I will always be a proud graduate. And also I am very grateful that I do believe that nowadays people are knowing the value of the profession of accounting. I remember when I was a student in Prince Sultan University and I was part of the accounting club. One of our mission is to communicate with people from other specialization like the finance students and convince them to come and join our club. And I remember that a lot of people had misunderstanding on the accounting profession. But nowadays, I believe there is a lot of encouragement and a lot of people really value and know the value of the accounting profession. So this is also something that I'm very grateful for. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hala, for your inspiring journey. Thank you. We'd like to conclude this part with Ms. Hissa Al-Bawardi, a senior tax advisor at KPMG.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. I would like to introduce myself. This is Hissa Al-Bawardi, an accounting graduate from PSU. I graduated in 2018 and I'm currently working as a senior tax advisor, working in the tax zakat department in KPMG, which is one of the big 4 companies. I'm honored to be considered as an alumni ambassador, and I would like to share my gratitude to my university and my doctors, whom are the certain key to my success. Each one of them has had an impact on the way that I see life and contributed to the person that I am today. Special thanks to Dr. Sheila, Dr. Kamila, and Dr. Noor Nabi, and Ms. Hind Al-Bassam for all their hard efforts. First of all, I want to take you back to my years in Prince Sultan University. I have taken so many accounting subjects throughout my journey as a student, but I was specifically excited when I took the Zakat and tax class. I was so interested to know more about this topic and how it works in a real life scenario. So I have decided to apply to KPMG as a trainee in the tax and Zakat department, and I was grateful that I got accepted. During my training period, I worked very hard because deep down, I knew that it is the most critical time where I can prove myself to the team and get into interesting and challenging projects. And remember, if you are really willing to work and learn, you have to put your best efforts initially, because once you get into something interesting, you will automatically enjoy it. Based on my experience, there are lots of things that you can do to shine. There are lots of things you can do to shine during your training period. Here are 5 strategies that I followed, and I hope it might help you guys to successfully do this. The first one is make a great first impression. First impressions count, so make sure that you look at the part as well as you play it. Measure your progress. Remember to be proactive. Do not wait for other people to tell you how you're doing. Seek out feedback from your team members on a weekly basis, monthly basis. Find opportunities to shine. Could you, for example, offer to help out a busy colleague, or take a new task? Perhaps you could volunteer for a project that plays to your personal strength. The last one is build a network. When you have a strong support network, both inside and outside your team, it can increase your visibility, and you will also find it easier to collaborate and share knowledge and learn about different parts of the organization. I was once where you are today, a student who is very eager to graduate and start my career. And here I am today, 2 years after my graduation, sharing my experience with you guys. Hopefully this will make you hopeful and excited for the future. Finally, I hope this experience I shared helped at least one of you today. Thank you all for listening. And if you need any question, any advice, you may find me on LinkedIn and or ask Dr. Camila to share with you my number. And thanks again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hassa. Thank you to all the Alumni ambassadors. Wishing you all the best in your careers. Our panel discussion session will be enriched by the great speakers, Dr. Ahmed Al-Maghamis, CEO of Sukba, Mr. Muhammad Farhan, SDC Account Director at KPMG, Mr. Venkat Ramanan, Regional Vice President at Asia Pacific at CPA, and will be moderated by Professor Muhammad Noor Al-Nabi, Chair of Accounting Department at Prince Sultan University.
Thank you so much, Seba. Well, I'd like to welcome this panel discussion session about the future of accounting professions in Saudi Arabia. I'm very honored to be part of this and to introduce Dr. Ahmed Al-Moghamis, the CEO of SOCPA. Very quickly, he has a very large CV. I tried to condense, and it's difficult. If I may miss out something, I do apology, Dr. Ahmed. So Dr. Ahmed bin Abdullah Al-Moghamis is the Secretary General, the CEO of SOCPA in Saudi Arabia. He had previously served as an assistant professor in the accounting department at King Saud University. Dr. Ahmed Al-Moghamis took part in many professional roles, boards and committees. He was the vice president of developing professional accounting bodies in the IFAC, a member of Board of Trustees of Accounting and Auditing Organizations for Islamic Financial Institutions, a member of the Board of Directors of the Saudi Authority for Accredited Valuers, a member of the State Contributions Commission, a member of the Investment Funds Committee. He is the chairman of the Board of Directors of the Saudi Accounting Association. He took part in many participations in boards and audit committees of the government and traded companies. He spoke in many local, regional and international forums and conferences. He received his PhD from Mississippi State University and master degree from Bridgeport University in the US, and bachelor degree from King Saud University, and a fellowship of Saudi Organization for CPA, or we call the SOCPA. Very welcome to you and for your time, Dr. Ahmed Al-Mogamez. Very good evening to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Muhammad.
Thank you. And we have another panelist, Mr. Muhammad Farhan, the FCCA. He has a FCCA from the UK. He's the FCA, is a strategic and analytical finance professional, having over 19 years of work experience with the KPMG in financial consulting, IFRS convergence, management, business consulting, risk consulting, business planning and restructuring, budgeting, forecasting, infrastructure, project management and financial modeling. He joined the KPMG Saudi Arabia in September 2005 and holds over 12 years of experience of providing financial advisory services related to M&A, IPO and private placement transactions. And prior to this, he used to work audit and assurance of KPMG Pakistan from October 2000 on for 4 years. Very welcome, Mr. Farhan, and you are also part of our accounting advisory member. Thank you, Mr. Farhan.
Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor, and pleased to be on this panel.
Thank you. We have our last panelist, Mr. Venkat Ramanan. Mr. Venkat Ramanan has a FCMA and CGMA. He is a regional vice president, Asia Pacific of the AICPA. He is a passionate leader with excellent communication and interpretational skills, with a track record of successfully managing and superseding given targets, significant and vast experience in international business with in-depth knowledge and understanding of local cultures and working environment, a great team player who has worked at different levels with the organization and can understand the needs and the requirements of different stakeholders. Very welcome to you, Mr. Venkat. I know it is 12 o'clock or midnight, or I think nearly 1 o'clock in Malaysia. Really grateful to you. Thank you. Very welcome to you in this discussion. I think you are muted, Venkat.
That's one of my favorite tricks, is to be muted so I sound intelligent. But thank you, Doctor, for having me, and thank you for all the panelists for being there as well. And thank you for PSU for inviting us.
Thank you so much. So anyway, like you all are really busy, I would like to make a very short panel discussion about the future of accounting profession in Saudi Arabia. That there are 3 particular aspects I would like to ask you all. First of all, the COVID-19, the post-COVID-19 scenario of accounting profession in Saudi. I will start with Dr. Ahmed Mogamez. He is nearly 3 decades leading accounting professions in Saudi Arabia, and also he has a great influence in the Gulf countries, developing the accounting profession. So, Dr. Ahmed, how do you see like the COVID-19 or the post-COVID-19 impact of accounting profession in Saudi Arabia? Dr. Ahmed.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. First of all, I would like to thank you and thank the faculty of BSU for inviting me to participate in this activities. Second, I would like to also remember Mr. Munir Abidin, and may Allah give mercy on his soul. He was one of my lecturer at King Saud University when I was studying my bachelor degree. I remember, I think around 1985, 84, something like this. He was very nice person, very committed to his work, and may Allah give mercy on his soul again. When I talk about the profession in Saudi Arabia, I will call it the era of the accountants now. The era of accountants is in Saudi Arabia is these days. According to our numbers, there is a lot of needs for the accountant now in the Saudi market. As you know, Saudi Arabia has a big vision 2030, and most of the vision decisions are based on accounting numbers. And without the numbers, nobody can give any decision. Therefore, we are very glad that we, as an accountant, we have been the focus of many stakeholders. When it comes to your questions, what the COVID-19 has made us, actually, it's an opportunity. It's not something that we should be sad at. It has opened our eyes on many ways on doing business. Actually, before that, we were not used to give lectures or meetings or doing our business through virtual means. Now, look at us. We are gathered in many areas from different places, and we talk and we speak nicely, we see each other, and this will give us also a good opportunity for accountants to deal with their daily work, even if they are at home. COVID-19, I will call it, is an opportunity, is not a problem. And this is why, or what we should think about it. From the student point of view, now while you are sitting at home, you can learn, you can get knowledge while you are sitting with your families. My decision when I decided to enroll two of my children at Prince Sultan universities, I am very glad that I did. Imagine that they have started schools outside Saudi Arabia, and we have this COVID-19, this problems, nobody can fly in or fly out. I'm very happy that I have decided to enroll my children at Prince Sultan universities. When I go back again to your questions, there are too many things has happened in the accounting field because of COVID. There are a lot of discussion about how the COVID-19 has affected the financial statements. SOCBA, as others, has issued some kind of guidance for the accounting and also guidance for auditors, how they do their field works. I think this is just in summaries what has happened, what has affected the account profession in Saudi Arabia. I don't want to take much of my colleagues' time, but this is really a very interesting topics. I would like to have to speak more and more, but because of limited time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed, for your great insights. And we truly echo your thoughts on this is the era, true era of accounting era in Saudi Arabia. And I will have follow-up questions a bit later. Mr. Farhan, I would like to ask you, how do you see, from the market side, because I see Dr. Ahmed is in the policy side. So since you are in the private sector, working in the Big Four, what do you see, the post-COVID impact of accounting profession in Saudi Arabia? And you have 2 decades of experience in Saudi Arabia. Yes, Mr. Farhan, please.
Sure. Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Saad Al Musa, Dr. Noor Nabiyu, and all the faculty member for your trust on me. And I am actually becoming a regular speaker. And also thank you very much again for being me as a part of the Accounting Advisory Board as well. I will definitely agree with whatever Dr. Ahmed Al-Maghamis has mentioned. But in addition, I would like to add a couple of points. So from KPMG perspective, we are already working on the e-audit, electronic audit. And when it comes to Zakat and tax, we have seen the digitization of the Zakat and tax return, especially the VAT return on monthly basis. So now what we were discussing internally within KPMG that This COVID-19 has actually made the e-audit or the electronization of the audit fast-paced. So whatever we were supposed to achieve in 3 years, effectively we have achieved in last 9 or 10 months. So with all the digitization, with all the virtual meetings, and all the clients are also making their actually financials available, digitized. I think the major impact on the accounting and auditing side is the fast pace of the digitization. And I would also say that the progression in terms of the e-audit and e-accounting from that perspective. While we from KPMG and all the other big four are planning to have the cloud-based auditing, especially for the banks and financial institutions to start with, and taking it to the listed companies and the joint stock company at a later stage. I think one of the major impact of COVID is that we are able to have better access remotely, and also use the technology in much better way. The second impact is also the reach to the talent. So earlier, as Dr. Ahmed also mentioned about that we were very much dependent on the physical presence of the resources as well as of the talent. But now if we have the good accountants available throughout the world, or there are some challenges in terms of the physical availability, I think these are also being managed. The third benefit of COVID is in terms of leveraging the knowledge and experience. So now the way actually the world, I would say physically the world is closed, the lockdown, etc. But virtually the world has opened up. So this actually we have seen the way we are interacting. Earlier, it used to be a little difficult to contact other parts of the world, but now actually I think everyone is more welcoming the way we see it, especially within our network, and we are actually leveraging on more on their experiences. As you mentioned, actually that I have seen the progression of accounting since 2005, and also the adoption of IFRS, adoption of zakat and tax, even VAT was implemented while I actually am working in this profession. So I think whatever we have achieved in last 15 years in Saudi Arabia, I think the next 2 to 3 years, the way we are actually working, inshallah, we'll be able to achieve not equal, not less, but then at least equal or maybe more than what we have achieved so far. So I agree actually with the doctor, and what we are all of the same view that is a blessing in disguise. We empathize actually with whoever actually got suffered with COVID-19, but I think beyond that, we see actually a lot positive coming out of it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Farhan. I'd like to ask Mr. Venkat your thought on the global perspective. What would be the the global impact on accounting profession in the post-COVID era? Yes, Venkat, can you hear
Thank you, Mr. Mohammad. Sorry, Professor Dr. Mohammad Nurabi. I think I couldn't hear you well enough. I think the line was a bit bad, but I believe your question was from a global perspective. What would be the impact post-COVID, if I'm not mistaken? Yes. Thank you, Dr. Saad, Dr. Waf, for having us along with the rest of the team, and great recognition to Munir Abidin from the university itself. It goes to show that it's a very family-oriented university that cares about its important stakeholders in. One of the things that we did when COVID hit was we spoke to a lot of senior C-suite level members to understand and ask from them what is taking place. So if you notice, a lot of organizations went into rapid level of digitization than before. Supermarkets couldn't cater to the demands, whereas very small level groceries managed to create WhatsApp communication in most parts of the world to deliver supplies. Restaurants adapted to QR codes, which they have never done, in order to deliver food to different customers that they never did before. And if you look at most companies now, digitization has taken center prominence. So if you look at post-COVID, there always was a plan to look at digitization in terms of the business and the business environment. And when COVID hit, the companies just pushed a rapid fire on that. And that also created an environment in which most companies are looking at the finance function in terms of what it's supposed to do and what value does it need to bring. Finance is at the heart of everything, and accounting professionals handle cash. And that's where finance takes an important role from an organization's perspective. So from that point of view, they looked at technology that can support the finance function. So if you look at data processing, and very transactional work was either replaced by technology or was completely outsourced to business process outsourcing centers around the world. Finance professionals to move up the value chain as we speak. And let me describe just 3 behaviors that are important in terms of that. There are behaviors which we call the sustained behaviors, the transform behaviors, and the collapse behaviors. So when a crisis hits, it's how we look at things. So for me, when I hit 40, my body went into a type of a thing where I need to be careful about my diabetic level as well as my cholesterol level. My only thing that I like to do was continue to walk. So that was sustained behavior. That would never change. So the doctor spoke to me and says, okay, don't do slow walk, do brisk walk. Then there's something called collapse behaviors. They would say, stop doing certain things because you can't do certain things anymore. So my love for chocolates, my love for red meat had to tremendously reduce because my cholesterol diabetic levels would get affected. And there's something called transform behaviors. That means I need to transform certain things more than above what I need to do, which is to take a lot more vegetable intake and fruit intake than I've ever had, just because I can have a longevity in terms of how I live. Now, if you take those 3 behaviors, if you take a look at finance professionals from a global perspective, we need to ask what are the behaviors that we have that we need to sustain and continue. Finance professionals need to have curiosity, ask questions, because we're curious animals in the way finance professionals are. That's important behavior. The next one is we need to look at collapse behaviors, things that we used to do as transactionals will not be required anymore currently or in the future because technology is fast, rapidly replacing them with RPA, with AI, and even blockchain in different parts of the industry taking shape. And then transform behaviors is what do we need to transform ourselves that we bring long-term value? And the thing that we see is a lot of CFOs are telling us they want finance professionals to be business partners, co-pilots, because we understand numbers and we understand how things work. They want us to be able to guide the business by being long-term strategic business partners, understanding business, working with stakeholders, communicating, collaborating, negotiating, improving on our soft skills and bringing our digital skills into it. So to answer your question long and short, I would say from a global perspective, we need to look at our behaviors because digitization is fast, rapidly pushing what we shouldn't do. That's collapsing those behaviors. Sustaining behaviors, we need to keep our curiosity because we love numbers and we're analytical about numbers. But the important thing is transform behaviors. We need to look at people skills and digital skills and become business partners to organizations so that we can look at long-term value, sustainable value for companies and industries and economies around the world. Thank you, Dr. Mo.
Thank you so much, Mr. Venkat. Thank you for your very theoretical discussion. And it's true, we need to transform, and the COVID-19 has transformed everything, including our behavior, and how we do things, communicate, and even today, our meetings, right? Well, I would like to ask Dr. Ahmed, well, since as you are in the policy side, the recent announcement from the government for the 30% of Saudization of the accounting profession, how it will transform the job market of accounting in Saudi Arabia. And the second question, the follow-up, there is a huge misconception that technology will take of the accounting jobs. And we all know, those who are in the profession, both academic, you are in the policy side, but there are some, I don't say misconception, but the rumor, maybe the accounting jobs will be gone, So these two things, how would you like to explore From the policy side, Dr. Ahmed, please.
I think it's a very great questions, actually. Let me just speak a little bit about the Saudization of the accounting professions. As you know, that Saudis, the last two decades has involved in growing business, and many people being from out Saudi Arabia came and has taken a lot of jobs in Saudi Arabia. Now, what we can see, there is a lot of graduations, a lot of graduates coming from schools. We have like more than 28 college and universities that graduate every year, around 5,000 people. And those people are in need for jobs. And by the grace of Allah, we are at the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, our education in accounting is very advanced. We are teaching the international accounting standards and the international auditing standards and the code of ethics, also the international code of ethics. What's happening really when we look at our market, we have seen a lot of people coming from different countries. Their knowledge is not as advanced as what we can see from our students. Therefore, we have made a lot of efforts with the Ministry of Labor to make sure that the Saudi graduate can find a job when they graduate from our schools. We counted how many non-Saudis are having accountant or accounting jobs or auditing. More than 170,000 are taking the places in many companies, small, medium, and large companies, and also the professional firms. Therefore, we discussed it with the Ministry of Labor that there are graduates and there is a need for their positions. That's why they have issued a decree or issued a rule saying that any accountants, they should have 30% of them as Saudis. And as SOCBA, we work with the ministry also to make sure to provide those organizations and companies with qualified people. That's why there are maybe around 9,000 jobs are now going to be open for 2001 and 2002. Those people must be fulfilled by Saudis with good knowledge. That's why also SOCBA has initiated, we call it programs, training programs, to help those graduates from different schools to the limits they can understand and they can get the jobs. Because we don't want to hire only Saudis because they are Saudis. No, we would like to have the good people in the good position, or to have the position filled by the good people. When I said good people, I'm talking about from the accounting levels, accounting perspective. This is the first. So the future is very great, very bright, and I encourage our students to get as much as knowledge as they can, as much certificates as they can, because it's going to be a competitive world. When we talk about the accounting and the accountant, and is going to be, or they are going to be replaced by IT. I have heard this since I was studying in the United States in 1987. They have said that. Until now, still the need for accounting is growing, and whenever there is a business and there is transactions, there is a need for an accountant. Machines does not or do not work alone. They need somebody to feed them. They need somebody to watch them, because as you know, rubbish in, rubbish out. If the machines connected together from A to Z, yeah, I can understand we don't need accountant anymore. But since there is a gap between transaction, between suppliers, so between customers, between we call it companies and suppliers and sellers and producers and everything. Since there is a gap between them, there is going to be a need for an accounting. When we see all our business becoming machine managed from A to Z, that means we don't need accounting anymore. But until we get to this point, it will take a long, long time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed, for clarification. I think our alumni, they're very clear, because some of the alumni, they ask me to ask this question, and at least from your side, I think they're more clear on that. I'd like to ask Mr. Farhan, as you know, the market-driven curricula is very important for any university, and we are very proud and happy to say, like, we from Prince Sultan University, our accounting program is a 3 to 4 years journey to develop this market-driven curricula. So from your experience, because lots of co-op is in the KPMG, not only from Prince Sultan, from different universities. So how you can differentiate the impact of the market-driven curricula and their preparedness for the market? Mr. Farhan, please.
Thank you, Doctor, and thank you, Dr. Ahmed, for your comments, and I totally agree with them. And as you know, KPMG is already over 50% Saudized, and this actually reflects that the universities in Saudi Arabia are producing the talent, the accounting talent, which are up to mark and which are capable of working in the environment which is internationally or globally accredited, as well as technologically driven. So it is actually opportunity, but on the flip side, it is actually bringing a lot of responsibility to the universities like PSU, where the universities have now the task at hand to make sure that all the graduates should have the skills like data analytics skills, or the basic level IT capabilities. Also, as we discussed during the accounting advisory board, that some of the software, some of the technologies need to be introduced into the curriculum, so that on one side we ensure the 100% job security, but on the other side we actually get the best of the talent coming out of the universities, who are capable of working in such an environment which is very much technologically, I would say, advanced, as well as they have the first-hand knowledge of the latest skills, especially when it comes to data analytics, when it comes to the introduction about the blockchain, introduction about the artificial intelligence, cognitives. So all these concepts and the basic level introduction has to be given to the graduates, so that these things are not new for them. And it's then up to the employers like KPMG that we further nurture them. On the second point, I agree actually that since my childhood, everyone actually used to say, and it is actually still being said, that machines are going to replace humans. I don't think that it is gonna happen ever. Okay, this is my personal belief, because ultimately, when it comes to operating the machine or using them, it's always there is a man behind it, there's a human behind it. And when it comes to the technology, I think humans are able to create it, and it is actually for the benefit of human, and using the for the use of for, I think, betterment of the way we are working, and more transparency, and with the increased number of data, I think we have to use the technologies. But I think for the accounting, when we look at the IFRS side, when you look at the automation of the financial institutes, and even actually for the other companies, the SAP, the Oracle. So I think the requirement for the good accountants will ever increasing with all the use of machine technologies, rather than somewhere we can say that the machines or these softwares are going to replace the humans. I would see it again as an opportunity for the good accountant, for the good professionals who learn these technologies and use these technologies in their advantage.
Thank you so much, Mr. Muhammad. Mr. Venkat, I'd like to ask you regarding the global skills needed for the accounting profession. So when you are discussing last time, when you said the finance professionals, maybe our alumni thought like Venkat is talking. So I'd like to rectify that one is the accounting professionals. And yeah, so Venkat, would you like to share your comment about the future job skills in accounting or for accounting professions globally? Venkat, you
So
are.
thank you for that question. That's why I said when I want to say something intelligent, I mute myself to appear intelligent for a while. Sorry for that. It's a very interesting question. And let me pick up on the point that you asked about technology and then narrate the story back to your question. Technology doesn't replace humans. Technology displaces tasks. There's a clear distinction in us wanting to understand that. So if you look at a World Economic Forum report of 2020, by 2025, it predicts that there'll be 85 million jobs that'll be displaced, particularly because of technology inventions. But at the same time, 97 million new jobs or new tasks will be created. So the role of accounting and finance is also part of the title, in which it says will be made irrelevant, but it's not the title, it's what people do. And if people transform what they do, then our task that we don't displace, we keep ourselves relevant, we're always going to find ourselves in the forefront. The second point is technology and humans will always exist in what we call a hybrid environment. Technology cannot assist or live on its own. Its incapabilities are there when it comes to specific things, and particularly when it comes to conscious human nature, making the decision-making side of things. And the humans have a huge role to play. And to your point about Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, if you look at the Public Investment Fund and wanting to be one of the largest wealth sovereign fund in the world with its ambition, that means its expertise is to look at in terms of making more attention to grow in the local market, more projects to future-proof itself in everything that it does. So it requires rounded professionals who are able to look at not just what has taken place in the past, but guide towards what needs to be taking place in the future, the decision-making side of it. So that's why if you look at the role of accountants, the hat that they wear in terms of what they do becomes even more relevant. So congratulations for PSU for embedding data analytics, visual storytelling, all those modules in, because again, as the transformation goes through, those new skills that your students will learn will enable them to be able to make that distinct impression and capabilities for the country. Globally, tasks will continue to get displaced. You look across, there are more than ample case studies in which companies are displacing human tasks, replacing that with technology. It is just that hybrid environment. Figuring out what finance and accounting professionals in our world, when we define finance, we define finance and accounting together, not in separation. We look at it as together, because when we define it, we call the finance function. And when we discuss the future of finance, we look at the future of profession. And we need to understand what is it that we can bring value to, what is it that our stakeholders want us to bring value to, and how do we help organization be sustainable in a very agile environment, because there is chaos around. If COVID was to teach you one thing, it means chaos is the new norm. We don't have anything as change is the constant. So our capability to adapt, bring in new skills as accounting and finance professionals, specifically working with the others, understanding technical side of things is a must. Otherwise, we can't call ourselves accounting and finance professionals. But how do we build different stakeholders, enable better decision-making, keeping organizations sustainable? for the future. That's my point.
Thank you very much, Venkat. Thank you so much for your great input. Well, I have few more minutes, and then this will be the last question to all of you. Dr. Ahmed is there? Dr. Ahmed, or yes?
Yes, I am there.
Dr. Ahmed, the final question, very encouraging statement from you, from the policy side. The era of accounting, I'll take a note on that. So how would you encourage the people to come to the accounting degree program, or becoming like, you know, as there is a huge opportunity in the accounting industry? And very quickly, if you can answer on that. You see, the other accounting professional bodies, they have a collaboration with the university. For example, ICW, CPA. So do you have any plan to collaborate with the universities to embed the SOCPA qualification, or any thoughts strategically? So it will help the graduates from the beginning to be familiar with the SOCPA qualification, and it will enhance the number of CPAs, the SOCPA CPAs in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, because of your sound it's not sometimes not clear, but I can get the pictures. Actually, my last statement is saying that accounting profession is the future, is an easy subject, is not that difficult, is not, it has a lot of jobs. You will be the center point of many in many companies, because you are dealing with numbers, and without numbers we cannot make any decisions. Second, when we talk about the certificate, SOCPA certificate has accepted 4 international certificates. Those who are holding the American Institute for Certified Public Account certificate, and the Canadian certificate, and the England and Wales certificate, and the Australian certificate, they are waived from the accounting and auditing papers. And we always rethink about other certificates in time when it becomes to consider other certificates. When we talk about certificates, I call it the big one, the mother of certification is the we call it the CPA, or the Chartered Accountant. And second, don't consider me as a prejudice to my certificate SOCPA, but when I look at other certificates are based on the mother of the certificates. Mother of certificate, as I said, is SOCPA is one of them now, the American Institute one, England and Wales, the Canadian and Australian, and the others also in our way. We are not saying that we will not consider others. We are going to consider others when time is, when we are ready, and they are ready for that. And also I encourage my students, my daughters and my son, to take as much certificate as they can. There are a lot of certifications, but you should choose the one that has market perception, good market certificate, which is only considered by a few people, or is only just to hold a certificate. You need to work on yourself to get the good certificates, which are worldwide remarks. When it comes also for the final speech or final talks, I should ask all my students work hard on their college studies, also to get as much training as they can. When they have time in summer, even if they are in second year or third year, they should go for a training. If they find a good training place, it's a chance, so they can understand and learn about the environment that they are going to work on. SOCPA really trying hard to now to have some kind of a strategic program to make sure those graduates from college degrees, university degrees are ready for the market. We call it a strategic plan that SOCBA has as a goal for 2021. We have a goal to draft a strategic program for tuning the graduates for schools to be ready for the market. And I have talked to Brother Muhammad. We should work as SOCBA and the Prince Sultan universities in drafting this strategic, since I can say that Prince Sultan universities is now is considered one of the advanced schools that they are updated in their curriculum, they are updated in their partnerships with others. I think there's a great opportunity that we can work on a strategic plan. This will help the Saudi student in all our schools. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed, for your very encouraging, and we would be very honored to work with the SOCBA in the national level. Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed. Mr. Muhammad Farhan, very quickly, less than a minute, your final thought of encouraging others to come to the accounting and the opportunities in the accounting profession in Saudi Arabia. The Venkat, I'm saying about Saudi Arabia because a lot of transformation. We have Vision 2030, the commitment.
Yes, of course.
The market, we have 4 times higher graduates than all other. If you add all other GCC countries in Saudi, the number of graduates are 4 times higher. So, we have huge commitment to the Saudi community and in the accounting market here. So that's why we are saying about the Saudi Arabia. So yes, Mr. Farhan, what is your final thought and to encourage or to come? Yes, Mr. Farhan.
Thank you, Doctor, once again. I think the opportunities are endless. One of the comment actually you made earlier that the recruitment rate for 74% for this year because of COVID. But just for your information and for everyone's information that KPMG and other big 4 firms has, at least for KPMG, I can say that we have restarted recruitment. And if any of the participants are willing to join, I think they can contact me. They can get my contact details from LinkedIn. Why I'm saying this, because after the post-COVID, we are revisiting our strategy of the market, and the requirement of accountants are increasing fourfold. Either it's in terms of the IFRS, is in terms of the growth of business. New companies are coming into Saudi Arabia. New technologies are being introduced, and the universities like PSU and others, they are actually revising their curriculum to include all these requirements, which KPMG or other member firms or big 4 firms were looking outside Saudi Arabia. If they are available in-house inside Saudi Arabia, we would be more than happy to get the talent from within the kingdom. So, and that's why actually these 2 or 3 reasons, the opportunities are there. And I don't think that inshallah going on, the hiring rate will be less than 100%. And we'll actually make sure that we have enough opportunities for the talented youth, the talented graduates from PSU and other universities to be welcomed to the firms, the Saudi firms. The only one point I think we already emphasized that we need to think of reskilling ourselves. We need to make sure that whatever the curriculum, whatever actually the majors we are opting, they have to be up to the mark, updated, considering the latest trends which are going on in the market. So if you consider that, you actually keep yourself updated. I think that's also important. And last but not least, that please make sure that you get the training during your graduation. KPMG is also offering 2 months internship, and same actually for other companies as well. This actually gives a lot of perspective to the student to see actually what is on the other side of the table, actually inside the doors of the offices. And this actually will help you make sure that towards the end of your certification or your graduation, you are actually not, you're taking the right decision in order to make sure that your degree actually is the best worth of it. So these are a few of the suggestions, and if anyone of you wants to have a separate discussion, you can contact me directly through LinkedIn, or you can get my contact details from Dr. Nurul Nabi, and I'm happy to discuss it further. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Farhan. Well, Mr. Venkat, we are very honored and proud to say we are the first university in the world to have collaboration with the AICPA. So, you know, from the AICPA's role, like the collaboration with the university and how it will impact or to grow the accounting industry, not only in Saudi, but globally. Would you like to share some thoughts on that from your organizational perspective? Yes. Mr. Venkat, please.
Sorry, Dr. Nurul, your voice is breaking.
Yes, I think I am having a little bit problem. Venkat, can you hear me?
So I'll leave some few thoughts behind because I believe you're catching up on time. I started my accounting and finance journey when I was 19 years old. That was more than 20 odd years ago, and I've never looked back. Actually, my first training was at KPMG in internal audit, and the training that I got from being in that environment, as well as having a qualification in accounting and finance, has allowed me to transform my thinking. So if anybody thinks that you are not in the wrong path, let me tell you this, you're in the right path. Continuously learn, unlearn, and relearn. That's the only ask that we have of you. At an age of 44, I question myself. I have set a task for myself that every 2 years, I have to continuously learn, unlearn, relearn. I went for an Oxford University Side School of Business program in terms of fintech just 2 years ago. 2 years before that, I went to INSEAD to learn about leadership and management. I have acquired knowledge in terms of neuro-linguistic programming. All these components in which has allowed me to be relevant. And as a global organization, we also suggest the same thing. And if you think you finished your degree and everything is done, just let me tell you that is the starting point of your journey. As globally, we can see things change. And final thoughts to Dr. Ahmed Almagames. Thank you for that assurance in terms of looking for multiple professional qualifications to be recognized. In my hat, I look after AICPA as well as CIMA, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. We are a combination of both bodies. There are quite a few members in Saudi who are asking us for recognition. So I really appreciate your assurance on that, that it'll be taken in stages because we really value that. So to PSU, you are a great university. There's a reason why we joined this university alliance in what we do, because the vision that you have set out for your students, as well as being supported by not only your academic partners, your leadership, but also the advisory body that you have, shows that you have a long-term vision to achieve something as value. And as the Association of Internationally Certified Professional Accountants, a combined voice of CIMA and AICPA, we are there to ensure and support you in every way possible. Thank you so much for having us today. And thank you for the panelists as well. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Venkat, for your very kind words. I hope you can hear me now. I'm complimenting you. And you don't look like 44. I need to say that one, okay? It's just a number. Yeah.
44 and it's 2 a.m. in the morning. So my wife must be feeding me something proper for me to look like this.
Well, I'd like to thank you so much for your great insights, all of you. And I would like to conclude this panel discussion. It was a wonderful panel discussion, your great insights. And I'd like to conclude what Dr. Ahmed earlier said, the era of accounting in Saudi Arabia. And it defines a lot in the context of the job opportunity, our recent graduates, our alumni. So thank you all very much, and we would be very honored to work with the SOCPA to develop the strategic plan in a national level. Thank you very much, Mr. Venkat. Thank you, Mr. Farhan, and thank you, Dr. Ahmed. You all are part of accounting family. You're not only the panel members.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed.
Thank you very much,
you.
everyone.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
So I will go back to Seba. I finished the panel discussion. Seba.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for your deep insights and enlightening thoughts on such great discussion. Thank you very much. I'm now happy to recognize our accounting alumni ambassadors. And just to say, the alumni ambassadors are the brand ambassadors of the accounting department at Prince Sultan University, beginning with Mr. Firas Kurdi, founder of Mastermind and Associates.
And Seba, and before Mr. Firas is coming, you know, accounting alumni ambassador, we have AAA. As you know, Dr. Ahmed, AAA means American Accounting Association. So we are in Saudi, we are innovative in a different way. So we created AAA at PSU, which is the Accounting Alumni Ambassador Program. Thank you, Seba. You continue, please.
All right, proud. Mr. Firas?
Yes, good evening again, everyone. I am honored. This is really a great honor, and I'm really glad to carry this. I hope we can really do great things and do something new and add value to the program. Inshallah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Noor Nabi. Thank you, faculty, and Dr. Saad Al Musa and everyone for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Firas. And on to Mr. Yusuf Al-Sakeli. I hope I'm saying your name right. The Investment Office Manager at King Faisal Specialist Hospital and Research Center. Hi.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for your all for this wonderful events, and honor and pleasure to be with you today and with His Excellency Dr. Ahmed Al-Mghamsi and all of you and BSU. Actually, I would like to thank you for your effort, for your excellence, for professionalism, and always seeking to be the best, and open opportunities for students and putting them on the career track. Thank you. We're very glad to be with you today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yusuf. Wish you all great luck. Ms. Haifa Al-Rashid, Business Control Risk Assurance Associate at PwC. Hello.
Yes. Hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Haifa Rashid. I'm so honored to be a part of this Accounting Alumni Ambassador. And special thanks to Dr. Camelia, Ms. Hind, Dr. Sheila for all the support that they have provided us for all these years. And thank you all.
Thank you very much, Ms. Haifa. Ms. Raghad Al-Mhawis, Senior Analyst at Public Investment Fund.
Hey, good evening, everybody. First of all, I'd like to extend my appreciation for nominating me as an alumni ambassador. Just to give you a brief about my journey, I've graduated from Prince Sultan University in May 2018 after I've completed my internship at EY in their tax services division. After that, I've joined the Boston Consulting Group in their consulting track, then Sierra Group in their strategy department, and finally, I'm now in the Public Investment Fund as a senior analyst. I'd like to say how honored and pleased I am to have such an opportunity to contribute back to Prince Sultan University, as it has opened many, many doors to me. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Ms. Raghad. Wish you the best of luck. On to Ms. Hissa Al-Bawardi, Senior Tax Advisor at KPMG.
Yes, hi again. As mentioned earlier, I'm honored to be chosen as an alumni ambassador, and inshallah, I'm willing to contribute back to PSU. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hissa. Ms. Haifa Al-Mufadda, Assurance Associate at PwC. I think Ms. Haifa is not with us, unfortunately. All right. In the name of the accounting department and Prince Sultan University, I would like to thank you all again and wish you prosperity and increased success in your journeys. And now I would be honored to host Ms. Samar Al-Sayyad to discuss the lifelong experience.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's my pleasure to be with you today. Actually, as Dr. Muhammad said before, that in the accounting department, we believe that our alumni are our assets and our pride. Therefore, we are trying our best to help them to succeed in their careers. And we believe that in today's rapidly changing business environment, lifelong learning is essential for the sustained success and the growth of our alumni. So we have a new initiative here in Prince Sultan University in cooperation with the AICPE to provide our students and alumni with the repeatable professional competency programs to enhance their skills and to be able to compete in job market. So therefore, we have created a dual branded portal, as you can see here in the slide. In this dual branded portal, the students can access the certificates provided by the AICPE. Like we have professional certificates in data analytics, and we have also forensic accounting. And actually, we are going, in cooperation with AICPE, we are going to extend this to include also our alumni, because we need them to enhance their skills and to be able to compete in the market. So I think maybe after a short period of time, you will be able to access this portal as well. And you can benefit from different kind of certificates provided by AICPE in forensic accounting, in data analytics, in cybersecurity. So we have a variety of certificates that you can choose between them what you need, and it will be very helpful in order to be able to compete in today's competitive market. So I wish you all best of luck, and see you inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dr. Samar. Thank you very much for your insight. Now, please allow me to introduce the Accounting Club female president, Ms. Lamia Al-Amri, to say a few words of thanks.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lamia Al-Amri, a senior accounting student and the president of the Accounting Club in the female section. I'm very honored to be part of this program, and I want to thank all the board and faculty members. We really appreciate all their efforts, and also I would thank all who joined us today. Thank you, Sabah.
Thank you very much, Lamia. Followed by the Accounting Club male president, Mr. Fahad Al-Dakhil.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Fahad bin Dakhil, the president of the Accounting Club from the male section. I would like to thank you all for your time in joining our accounting employee and alumni event. Thank you for being a part of our accounting family. We appreciate your continued and ever-growing guidance and support. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Fahad. Concluding with myself and the vice president of the PSU IMA Student Chapter Club, Ms. Reem Al-Bassam.
Hello, everyone. My name is Reem Al-Bassam. I'm a senior accounting student and a privileged to be part of this great university. I'd like to thank everyone for their efforts, especially during the pandemic, and how it was handled by providing us with the best education and making sure to always put us, the students, as a priority. And a special thank you to Professor Nur Nabi and Dr. Sheila for always giving us the opportunity and assigning our skill set where it should be. Hearing the alumni and witnessing their success and their growth definitely makes all the hard work, restless nights worth it. And we will do our best to make our PSU family very proud. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Rima. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to conclude this great event as the IMA Student Chapter President by saying that we gather here to re-emphasize our joy and happiness as students under this great dome of excellence, the Department of Accounting at Prince Sultan University. In this time and age, students like me are still takers. They are thirsty for knowledge and experience. The knowledge and experience buildup comes from you professors, colleagues, alumni, and employers. With that being said, there will come a time after we graduate when we look back at our schools and associations and feel obligated to give back. And the academic life is a noble life that is based upon generosity of the most valuable assets, the mind and time. Therefore, we are all honored to gather here today to pay tribute and show our admiration to our alumni and employers who truly deserve recognition and gratitude for all what they have given us from their time and mindful products. Thank you all for being here and looking forward to come back as an alumni with all my participating colleagues tonight. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Seba, one more second. We will, would like to take a selfie, the virtual selfie. Our life has changed. We have a virtual world. So just all of you, 30 more seconds. You all open your cam, all the panelists, and we'll take a, you stop sharing the screen, Seba, from your side.
It's from Dr. Samar. Kindly.
Stop sharing the screen. Yes. Can you all please open happy smiley face before you all go to sleep in Saudi? And Venkat, you have early good morning. Yes. Can some of our faculty members can take picture on that? Happy smiley face, all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Inshallah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a great night.
Very
good. Thank you. Have a great week.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening.
A wonderful evening. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.